and feeding your soul? Do you ever even think about that, whether you're caring for and feeding your soul? Most of us don't spend a lot of time thinking about how we're going to do that, right? We don't think about the care and feeding of our soul. Maybe some of us think about the fact that it's good to observe a Sabbath of some sort, that's good for the soul, or meditating is good for the soul, or any kind of spiritual practices would be good for the soul. That makes sense. But most of us don't spend a lot of our time thinking about that. Matter of fact, too many of us get super, super busy and occupied with other things, and we actually forget totally to care for our soul. And the problem is that the soul can't survive very long without care and food. And if it begins to fail, so do we. So when your soul is starving, you experience the effects, and that could be that you're unhappy, that you're anxious, that you can't sleep, that you are restless, discontented. You may not be, and you're, besides feelings, you're going to have some other ill effects, such as that it's hard to focus, that you start to have aches and pains. So your body begins and your mind begins to react to the fact that you're starving your soul, because the soul is an integral part of the human being, right? We're physical beings, but we're actually spiritual beings, having a physical experience. So when we're not caring for the spiritual part of ourselves, we tend to falter in other areas that are physical. And so you have to be aware of this. And if you want to thrive on all levels, you have to pay attention to the soul. You have to care for it. So I want to go through, I have a list here. I want to go through the 16 ways that I've identified, and there are more, that you can begin to care for and feed your soul on a regular basis, okay? So the first one is to get quiet. We live in a super noisy world, super noisy, and we tend to always have something making noise, whether that's a podcast, or it's the television, or it's a Facebook Live, or a YouTube video, or an audiobook, or something. We always have something making noise. And if you want to feed your soul, you need to get quiet. And when you're quiet, in that quietude, you can actually listen to your soul. You can hear your soul speaking to you, and you can speak to your soul. And that's number 2, is to talk. Okay, so we have get quiet and we have talk. Have a conversation with your soul. In that quiet, you can actually have a conversation, or talk to Source, Creator, God, whatever you call it, and bare your soul to your soul. I guess that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But be totally honest and vulnerable, and speak from your heart, and your soul, or the universe, Creator, whatever you want to call it, is going to respond to you. And because you're being quiet, you're going to be able to hear that response. Okay? Number 3 is to inspire yourself. Read books that are inspiring. Listen to talks or to speakers who are inspiring. Have engaging conversations. Listen to music. Watch inspirational videos, but do something that inspires you. And remember, while I said get quiet and then talk, and now inspire yourself by, maybe listening to a podcast, remember that these are different things, okay? Each one is individual. So you could get quiet. It's one strategy. You could talk. That's another strategy. You can do things to inspire yourself. That's another strategy. Okay, number 4 is to journal. Write your thoughts down in a journal. But even better, consider having a conversation with your soul in your journal. Allow your soul to speak to you. You can ask questions. You can talk about what you're struggling with and ask for advice. The journal is an amazing place to kind of channel some answers on a more spiritual level. Okay, number 5 is to say no. Say no to things that don't make you happy, that don't make you excited, that don't make you feel fulfilled, peaceful, inspired, motivated. Whatever you say yes to that is something you don't want to do, don't want to be, is a way of starving your soul. just a little bit at a time. So start saying no to those things, and that way you can you fill your you don't fill your time and your energy with responsibilities and activities that don't care for and feed your soul. Number 6 is to say yes. So we had 5 was say no, now we have say yes. Say yes to things that do make you happy, excited, fulfilled, peaceful, inspired. Every time you say yes to something you want to be and want to do, you feed your soul. And you take the time to address its needs, because sometimes that desire to do things is actually coming from your soul, actually most of the time. Number 7 is to commune with nature. Commune with nature. So spend time outside the concrete jungle, outside your home. Just get outside. Like right now, I shoot these videos outside because outside makes me feel better. I feel more aligned with my soul when I'm outside in nature. And luckily I live in nature, and my nature didn't all burn down recently. Anyway, spend time in nature. Sit by a river, go to the ocean, plant a garden, sit on your patio, whatever it is. Just admire the flowers and look at the wind ruffling the leaves, and allow yourself and your soul to actually experience Mother Nature. Very nurturing to the soul. Okay, number 8 is to surround yourself with art. That could be anything like paintings, music, beautiful music. It doesn't matter. When you have art around you, it feeds your soul. So you could play music that makes your soul sing. You could look at paintings or photographs that are beautiful. You could compose a poem, play a song, write a book. You could paint a picture. All of these things connect your soul, connect you to your soul, and allow it to express in the world. Okay, number 9 is to practice gratitude. When you practice gratitude daily, you provide your soul with the prescription it really needs. It knows there's plenty, but when you are in a scarcity mindset all the time, and this is something I struggle with, you cut off the abundance of the universe and you starve your soul. So you want to be looking at the abundance, seeing the abundance, appreciating the abundance, because when you are grateful for that, you are acknowledging your soul at the same time, because it is abundant. Okay, number 10 is to think positively. Complaining, judging, jealousy, focusing on scarcity and any other negative things are super poisonous to your soul. It is not a way to care for and feed your soul. You want to change your thoughts to ones that are positive, ones of appreciation, of acceptance, abundance, hope. Say affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements of something that already exists. Use the words I am. I am abundant. I am loved. I am grateful. I am prosperous. And always look for the silver lining. I am a Pollyanna, I know it, but positivity aligns you with your soul. So take the time to become aware of where your negativity is stemming from, and the negative thoughts and words that you use, and change them to positive ones. 11 is to daydream. Daydream. Take time to let your mind wander. I'm a big proponent of visualization, but visualization is an intentional focus on what you desire, whereas daydreaming is a chance for your soul to actually show you what it wants, and for you to just experience that. So if you daydream, your mind is going to go where your soul wants it to go. Now, I don't want you to daydream about what you don't want, and that is, the tendency is for our mind to actually go to the negative. But if you really can tap into your soul, you're going to be taken to visualizations, that daydreams that are of what your soul is desiring. Number 12 is to just be. Just be. Do nothing. You are not a human being. You're not a human doing. You are a human being. In fact, you're a spiritual being in a physical body having a physical experience. So allow yourself to just be. Be that spiritual being, okay? Stop doing so much. I can remember a time when I was a couple years out of college, and I had an apartment of my own, and I would just sit on the couch for hours and just stare into space and daydream and just be. This is amazing. So I highly recommend that as a way to nurture your soul. Number 13 is to pay attention, to become conscious of what makes you feel good, what draws your attention, what you feel pulled to do. What are you passionate about, excited about? These are the things your soul desires. And if you aren't feeling good, and you're distracted, or you feel obligated to do something, your soul is asking loudly and clearly to make a different decision. So you need to pay attention. What feels good? What doesn't feel good? Where do you feel pulled to go? Where do you feel as if you are resisting? Right? There's I can't remember the name of the book, but long ago somebody told me about this unit. Actually sit or lie down and imagine or visualize different options and see how your body feels. Your soul's going to speak to you through your body. Number 14 is to be happy. Despite whatever conditions, it's possible to be happy. It's a choice. Happiness is a choice. And no matter what your situation, you can choose to be joyful. And that makes your soul happy. Your soul knows everything is going to be okay. It's connected to the universe. It knows the universe has your back. It's not afraid. It's everlasting. And if you can choose to be happy instead of in fear or worry or unhappiness, you're going to feel the difference, because that is a way to feed the soul. Number 15, remember who you are. As I said, you're a spiritual being having a human experience, and you need to remember that every day, because if you do, you're acknowledging your soul. You acknowledge that there is part of you that is not of this physical body, and you're going to then have a better idea of how to feed your soul and care for it, because you're going to be concerned and paying attention to and focused on the spiritual side. Number 16 is the last one, and that is to conduct rituals. So create or conduct rituals of any type, from any spiritual tradition that speaks to you. You can light candles, you can burn incense, you can begin a morning routine, you can smudge, you can set intentions. Yeah. Doesn't matter what it is, your soul is going to join you in your rituals, because that is a way, something that really does feed your soul. So last, I would just say to be patient, and be patient with the care and feeding of your soul. You know, I've spent a lot of years not caring for my soul. I did for a long time, and then I stopped. And I didn't feed it well, I didn't care for it, I didn't pay attention, and what happened was I felt super empty inside. I was unhappy, I was off my purpose, doing things that just weren't aligned with my purpose. I was, just not very happy. And while I'm not 100% there yet, every day I do try to align with my soul. I try to pay attention to how I feel and what my soul is calling me to do that day, and to pay attention and to make my decisions based on how I can feed and care for my soul. And it's a little bit slow going, but I know that if I follow this path consistently, if I pay attention to, if I care for and feed my soul on a consistent basis, that my life will be different. It will be, instead of being empty, it's going to be full. It's going to be soulful, because I'm going to allow that to expand. And I really believe that the more we pay attention to and we feed and care for our soul, the more it expands and becomes more of who we are as a physical being. And so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that payoff. I'm looking for that connection. And I know that you can have a soulful life too, that you can connect in that way as well, by taking care of and feeding your soul. So I hope that these 16 practices or strategies, tools will help you to care for and feed your soul a little bit better. Try one or more of them for 30 days and see how the quality of your life changes. See how you change, and leave me a comment down below. Tell me about how your experience of life changes as you care for and feed your soul. And if you have additional ways, please add them in the comments so that other people can benefit from your experience as well. I'm super interested in this idea of how we feed our soul. It's an interesting thing. I created my new program, the Inspired Creator Community, and I knew what I wanted to do, which is to create a place where seekers gather to create lives that feed their souls. But I didn't realize at the time that how much I needed this too, how much this was my path. And I talked about and I wrote descriptions and of my journey and how I wasn't feeding my soul and how now I was, and I believed all that. It was true. It is true. But the more I have dived into this topic, the more I have begun to share what I know and my experiences in my Inspired Creator Community, the more I realize that this is the journey. This is the journey of our lifetime, is to learn to care for and feed our souls so that we can be soulful, so that we can live a life that is meaningful, purposeful, spiritful, soulful. And so, it's just a big part of what's going on for me these days. And I bet it's a big part of what's going on for you these days. The world is a crazy place right now, and our soul needs us to take care of it, and we need to express it. The world will be a better place when we all have cared for and fed our souls and are allowing ourselves to express our souls. So if that's of interest to you, check out the Inspired Creator Community. It's above. There's a link to join the Inspired Creator Community. At this time, I still have some founding member spots. Don't know by the time you view this whether I'll still have them, but you get special pricing and special bonuses with the founding member spots. So I hope you'll consider joining me there and going on this journey to creating a life that feeds your soul. And I'd be honored to be on that journey with you. If you are more interested in working with me one-on-one, then you can click on the other link that's going to pop up and fill out an application for the Certified High Performance Coaching. You can scroll down the sales page and you'll find the application to fill out. And Certified High Performance Coaching is personal growth. What I do, I offer it in the Inspired Creator Community as well. I also offer it for writers in my Nonfiction Writers University because I feel like it's just so imperative that we work on ourselves. The only thing standing between us and anything, including connecting with our soul, is ourselves. And so we need to work on ourselves. So that's, I do it with Certified High Performance Coaching, and then in the Inspired Creator Community, we do the high performance coaching, personal growth, and we combine it with spiritual growth. And I do some trainings, and we have some times to work together, and we work on personal and spiritual growth because that's what we are. We are human beings, but we're also spiritual beings. So I hope you will choose to join me in one of my programs, and I hope you'll let me know how you do with these 16 ways to care for and feed your soul. And if you know somebody who would benefit from this video, please share it with them. Until next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results.